All right, here's my deal. Here's my take. I'm not the biggest fan of German dry Riesling. All right, just going to chuck that out there right now. This is not like, oh, I'm going to try and submarine my own offer today. No, that's not the case. The point of this offer today is like, ooh, a great German dry Riesling, which all the Sami Sams out there are going to be like, oh, there's a ton of them. I've had a lot of great, Keller's amazing. Thank you. Oh, Donhoff, amazing. Thank you. I'm talking about the other 98.9% of the German dry Rieslings out there, which I find to be not as compelling as the dry Rieslings either from the Wachau in Austria, for Kremstahl for the most part as well, and a lot of Alsace is eating them up right now. So, but here today, very exciting, kick-ass dry Riesling from Germany. Snap. Ah, the snap of the screw cap. Especially with Riesling. Is there anything finer? No. Amazing. Every German Riesling should be bottled under screw cap tomorrow. And it's happening, fortunately. But besides the screw cap, let's get to Tesch. Tesch. 11th generation Martin Tesch is in charge here. 11th generation, that's a long time, folks. They've been based in the Nahe. And I believe it was Martin, I don't think it was his dad. I think it was Martin that made the push towards all dry wines at the winery. I think he's 100% dry wine dude at this place. And he's got the vineyards to do it. They own fabulous vineyards in the Nahe. Actually, not coincidentally, just down the road from Donhoff. And they make really compelling dry wines. As Stuart Piggott said, a ripe apricot combined with a lightning bolt. Or something like that. I'm paraphrasing. Don't get mad at Stuart Piggott. And the wines are just electric, but they have a richness and a deep fruitiness to them that a lot of the great, so-called great German dry Rieslings don't have, where they're just all about austerity, all just about straight rocks. And at some point, you do need pleasure and joy in a Riesling wine. I'm a huge fan of the Cabernet styles, the lightly fruity styles, or what we call Haupttrocken or fine herb styles. Those wines really appeal to us personally, especially with our local cuisines, Vietnamese, Chinese, Mexican food, Thai food. That little pinch of residual sugar usually goes really, really great. But just like there are great zero dosage champagnes, because there are, as we've talked about in these pages before, there are also great, compelling German dry Rieslings, and Tesch is one of them. And I think the Nahe, the wines from the Nahe are a little broader shouldered. They can handle the drier style more successfully than, say, the Mosel Rieslings that are done in a Grosses Gewächs, dry kind of Grand Cru style, which I think a lot of those wines end up being a bit skeletal, bony, if you will. And the Nahe ones, and then as you head south in the Rheinhessen and Rheingau and the Pfalz, those wines get kind of more compelling as you head south, based on the fact that it's a little warmer and the wines have a little more meat on their bones, yeah? A little more richness in the mid palate. Along without sacrificing the clarity and precision of what great dry Riesling should be about. Now, Tesch went all dry because he's a terroir guy. I get it, but we had a discussion here earlier today talking about terroir, and I think the lightly fruity style show terroir just as equally compelling. But if you're a hardcore terroirist and you're like, I want to take all factors out of the equation, it's just the vineyard and the wine is dry, then that's admirable, and I get it. And if you're going to go down that path, you better make awesome friggin' wine. And Tesch makes pretty awesome friggin' wine. This is his St. Remigiusberg Trocken. That's a friggin' mouthful. Well, the wine is, and the name of the wine. St. Remigiusberg. Something to do with the Benedictine monks. There's an abbot involved somewhere in Rhin. And yeah, that's how it got the name. It's all about monks. It's always about monks, because the Romans were too early, so the monks were kind of like the rock stars of their day. So a lot of these are quite monky, quite saint-y. This is one of them. Volcanic soils here with a bit of iron in the soils, probably like red soils. Iron, red, yeah, yeah. That's not the toughest call today, is it? Wow. Okay. Captain Obvious here. Captain Obvious here. Thank you so much. But what does it do to the wine? Well, first of all, as Suckley noted, that apricot, that apricot character, that stone fruit character is in full abundance. No apple. Some of these, some Rieslings can get kind of, green apple-y. This one is not that. It's not slaty because, again, being the geology master that I am, there's no slate in the vineyard. So it's not slaty. But what it is it's electricity. It's apricot, stone fruits, electricity, peach, apricot, but not sweet, not desserty. Again, this is a dry Riesling. So think of the essence of a great, perfectly ripe apricot allied to that minerality, that iron character, that volcanic, like the Falanginas from Campania. Okay, that's a deep hole, sorry. But, something along those lines where you can taste Vesuvius erupting, that kind of deal. You get a little, without the death part. That's kind of what you get here. Yes, and pleasure. If I got one thing to say to all you dry Riesling folks out there, some of you are masochists. You really are. You like this shit to hurt. And no matter what type of wine it is, the wine should not hurt. It can be electric, it can be tingly, it can be sparkly, it can be full of acid, and as Lisa Prody Brown says, sparks. Long story short, world-class Riesling at today, super duper price. When you click down below, this $45 single vineyard German Riesling with 95-point scores is yours for $19.98. Boom! Hey, $20 for this. This Shiznit is world class. Super quality wine from one of the masters of actual super tasty dry Riesling, Martin Tesch. Get some.